Hello, my name is Anton Weaver, and I'm coming to you today to share something that I was inspired to speak about yesterday, meaning yesterday was my birthday, March the 13th, and I thought about the essence of a birthday where we just simply are in tune or to line up with the commercialized aspect of sharing, celebrating, partaking. But I think it's something more significant that we should pay attention to. And on this day, our day of birth, we were presented with something very special, and it's a name. In days of old, the child was named according to the attributes that the parents wanted that child to live out. You know, so names are very significant. That's why when the African Americans were brought to this country, they were stripped of their names, which was to disassociate them with their cultural significance. All right. My name is Anton, and the name portrait that what my name equates to is the thinker. The element that's associated with my name is the earth. The plant that's associated with my name is garlic. The mineral that's associated with my name is hematite. The sign associated with my name is Capricorn. The animal that's associated with my name is the marabout. And the color associated with my name is yellow. Name portrait. The personality types. I am the thinker. My pilot name is Anthony, and any associated names, and there are a host of names from Abe to Tony. It's about 60 names that's associated with the root and the origin of my particular name. One of the basic characteristics that are listed for my name, this is the description. It says, you are quiet and reflective, sensitive and different. You survey the world from a quiet, thoughtful place. Your mind is ruminative and your personality dreamy. Your proclivity is so to think things out carefully before committing to a course of action. Although your emotions are strong, you efface them with your mental thought processes. The result is that you can be a rather difficult person to get to know. That's the basic characteristic of a name, Anton. And I will say, by experience, life experience that is, it is pretty close to my personality. The next characteristic is your psychology. It says you find your inner world for more important than the outer world. Therefore, you can easily become withdrawn. Not only are you closed about your feelings at times, you willfully conceal them. Essentially, you are far more silent than self-expressive, and your self-confidence suffers from your excessive self-examination. However, when you do make a decision, when you do make a decision, you become dedicated to its execution and make up for your timidity with a great deal of tenacity. I will say that is sort of true of me. I used to be a little self-restrained, but now as I've matured spiritually and evolved to a better understanding of God and who I am, I have more confidence. I'm more outspoken, more verbal, and just see life a lot differently and do not allow things to bind me as they used to. The next character trait is how you act and react in this world. There are moments when your emotions can make you weaken and deep inside you feel very much confused. During such times, you tend to retreat from the scene in an attempt to sort out the situation. Although you are difficult to get to know, with friends you are devoted, reliable. Such personal emotions often provide motivations for a variety of life decisions, including your career. This sums up my existence. True that. I keep my circle small. Then, by that I can be totally devoted and faithful to those that I do include in my circle. I am such a person that does believe in giving his whole heart to an endeavor or to a friend, not simply an associate. So that describes me perfectly. Your deep intuitive personality. That's the next characteristic. You tend to be highly intuitive and trust your inner voice. You are also imaginative and creative. The problem is that you don't trust yourself to communicate the workings of your inner mind. Therefore, you're prone to remain silent about your most private feelings. This is half true, and the second part is I've learned to overcome that. Again, with self confidence and knowing that when you hear that inner voice, and if you know it's God speaking to you, then you can trust in that inner voice and step out boldly. That's what I do now. So I do not have the inhibition, the apprehension that this characteristic states. It may be for some, but not for me. Next characteristic, it says your intelligence. You have a profound intelligence which is not particularly adept at detail. Rather, yours is a mind more concerned with both meaning and depth. For that reason, the study of philosophy suits you, as does everything dealing with psychology or medicine. Even in areas like engineering, finance, farming, or electronics, you possess the potential for considerable success. Finally, as a writer, artist, or musician, you could find fame due to your original, in depth way of looking at the world. This sums up me perfectly. I am very analytical and detailed, and I do require meaning and depth. I think that tends to lead toward a better understanding, and it leaves no room for misinterpretation. The next characteristic is your emotional nature. It states, you tend to hold things inside and hang on to disappointment long after they're over. I disagree with that now as my personal characteristic. I choose peace now. I receive a situation, I process it, analyze it, seek an alternative to the situation, and I let it go. Emotionally, you are cautious, self protective, and possessive in instances in which your deeper feelings are touched. From time to time, a moodiness overtakes you and you seek refuge from the infringing world. Because you're far more shy and sentimental than aggressively sexual, you're basically uncomfortable in the role of predator. A romantic setting with a low risk factor is far more to your making, since you loathe feeling vulnerable in any situation. Because you are so reticent in showing your feelings, often others are unaware of your needs. The conflict between your self protective defenses and your need for deep emotional connection is one that is profound and overshadows your life. That has a lot of relevance. Everything doesn't perfectly suit my personality, but it is food for thought, and it causes me and anyone else in this particular name portrait to do some self-examination. Consider the people around you and how they do interpret what you do and what you say. The next characteristic is your health and vitality. While you possess tremendous energy and an extraordinary vitality, despite your desires to the contrary, you still do need your sleep. Potential weak areas are kidneys and the eyes. Due to excessive eye strain, headaches could be a problem. A workaholic incurs this. Okay, I truly believe in the early bird gets the worm. We got to get out here. We got to get it. You got to always be moving forward. You can't just lay around waiting for something to come to you. The system owes us nothing. We have to make everything happen for ourselves with the assistance of the things that are in place. Not to be dependent upon the things that are in place, because then you are a slave. We are free spirits. We are created to be free and to manifest our own destinies. The system already has a destiny in place. And if you remain dependent upon the system, you cannot manifest your destiny because they are controlling a portion of you. The next characteristic, the social you. You are the most intensively social person and prefer small gatherings to large groups of people. Since serious conversation is particularly to your liking, you are usually most free and easy with friends. A warm situation offering stimulating conversation makes you happier than any glamorous fate. Basically, you're a serious person who needs a few external props for a sense of well-being and a lot of emotional reassurance with a sense of purpose. I can agree. I really believe that time is of the essence. We have no time to waste. When we are out in public, when we socialize with friends and family, we should be, even in jest, we should be moving forward. We should be doing things that promote spiritual evolution, which promote cultural development, which promotes family unity. All of these things, we should be moving forward, playing, all of that, having fun. That has its time and place, but it should be in a particular balance. And this self-portrait, it speaks of me perfectly when it talks about the type of conversation, the type of social activities that I prefer. Okay, this concludes this name portrait, in which I was inspired to share based on my birthday yesterday, and the recognition of, what does the day signify. It signifies the time when my parents chose an attribute to associate with my life. The attribute happened to be Anton, and the attribute had meaning, it had purpose, and it had a predestined definition that could be my potential destiny. I just shared with you some of the characteristics that are associated with that name, and if I had to gauge, or give a percentage of how accurate that was, I would say it was probably about 75% accurate. And it was probably more accurate in my younger life, but as we mature, we overcome some of those shortcomings in our life, and we are able to, I guess, transverse the negative connotation of something, and be viewed in a more positive light. So some of the things that were uh, presented as maybe negative qualities, I've addressed them in my life, and I've been blessed to meet the challenge, and I've been guided as to how to overcome it, and I've been able to remove some of those boundaries in my life. So I will say this: as you come upon your birthday, I pray that you are moved and motivated to do a portrait, a name portrait, so you can understand, what are the attributes of your life. What should you be doing? What are people